第30届 TED 大会首次从美国移师加拿大，并于3月17至21日在温市中心的温哥华会展中心举行。为庆祝大会首次在温哥华举办，来自美国的装置艺术家艾切曼、温哥华市长罗品信等嘉宾周六共同为艾切曼的一个艺术作品举行揭幕仪式。该长达745尺、有24层楼高的艺术作品，名为《无数火花的彩绘天空》，悬挂于温哥华会展中心门外。艾切曼的这个巨型空中漂浮作品，透过造型柔软、通透且随风起伏的物料，以能反映出风、水和阳光等环境力量，象征重塑城市的空间。此外，市民可以通过手机连接现场的塑料提供的网络，控制该作品的光线，以反映和传达现今科技与人类互相沟通的关系。TED 为国际知名会议，每年都会邀请国际重量级人物参与，而本年的 TED 大会将邀请微软创办人盖茨伉俪、加拿大太空人哈费德等到会并演讲。
Welcome to all of you who are part of TED. And this art connects directly to the TED experience. The TED is bringing some of the brightest minds in the world together here in Vancouver over the next week to share great ideas, thought-provoking, fascinating ideas that the whole city will get to share in as well, with the live stream fed all over the city to facilities around the city for people to take in. And this conference is the 30th for TED. It's the 30th anniversary of TED and the first time here in Vancouver, so we're thrilled to have the opportunity to host TED in our city, and even more so to have this spectacular art installation be part of launching that.
For me as an artist, what's important is your personal experience standing underneath the artwork. So that you're here in person to interact with the work is what's most important to me.
So I'm excited to welcome you in joining our wireless network shortly. I think probably around 8 o'clock we're going to let it get a little bit darker, and then we'll invite you to join the wireless network and use your mobile device to interact and join us in the final creation of this project together. So thank you very much.
Because it's our 30th anniversary, we decided we'd do something we haven't done before and invite back some of the favorite speakers from TED's history. So we wrote to the people coming, said, who are your favorite speakers? Got a list of 100, wrote to them, and 75 of them are coming and joining us. So it's an absolute treat to have them here. For people who watch a lot of TED Talks, you know, favorites like Sir Ken Robinson and Amy Cuddy and so forth are going to be present. And they're participating in a program that we're calling playfully the TED All-Star Session. So in addition, the format of TED is 12 main sessions of new content. We're adding in actually 5 sessions of, quote, all-stars, which are quick talks from these past speakers, typically 4 or 5 minute talks. Sometimes just quick updates, informal things, other times more prepared sort of new talks. I mean, it's the first time we've had the format quite that way. I think it's going to be a huge hit because the people are so amazing. But that's new for TED this year. You know, we've loved the welcome from the city. We love being here. We want TED's whole journey the last 10 years has been as much as possible to open up and to share what we have in as best we can. And so we thought, how can we share a bit with people here? And one thing we can do is open up content to schools, universities, and to some non-profits, and you know, to a couple of public places in the city. And it's an experiment. We actually haven't done that before. You know, it's seeing a TED Talk kind of when you're passing by probably doesn't really work, and so it's not clear to me how much people will really sit and immerse and really think about it. But it's an exciting experiment, and we're happy to be sharing the content. There's actually only, you know, TED Talks are about a ridiculous variety of things. They go from, you know, technology, entertainment design, the original things, through to business, science, lots of scientific topics, various global issues. There's no rational reason why any one person would want to be interested in all that stuff, until you sort of stand back and say, wait a sec, actually, you know, all of knowledge out there is connected, and here are a group of people who've spent several months trying to figure out how to make what they do accessible to a broader audience. It's a sort of rare chance to hear a really brilliant scientist, for example, and instead of at the end of the conversation scratching your head and going, huh, saying, oh, that's why they're excited. So curiosity is the linking thing that brings people together from different fields, and it's an interesting thing. I mean, the experience of watching multiple TED Talks after each other is that by about the 7th or 8th, you start to see unexpected cross-pollinations between them. For everyone, the actual nature of that cross-pollination is different because everyone's coming from a different context. But that's what people report anyway. So you can get value from one talk by itself, and when you see kind of a body of them, and especially in the way we try and do it over these 4 days, where there's a sort of it's a journey. You know, there's a sort of a planned sequence of talks that's meant to add to the overall value of them. I mean, some people find that it's suddenly things land and connect in a way that they hadn't expected. But you know, I'd be so interested to hear actually what people in the city say. I'd love anyone who has an opinion on how we could do it better another time to write to me, chris@ted.com. You know, we want to figure out how to do it better. There's always possibilities, but for the foreseeable future, for this conference, this annual conference, we want to be here in Vancouver. We do have a global conference that we're holding this year in Rio, which also every few years it moves. There are many TEDx events held in Asia by our TEDx organizers, and they're a fantastic group of community. They're kind of spreading TED that way for now. The one thing that we tell people coming to TED is that the one thing you know is that the best talks will come from the most unexpected places.
感谢收看今天的大温故事，我们下期再见。